Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, in chapter 582 of Kingdom, Ousen finally makes his move. Yes. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a bit too much of a stretch, I would say, on his part to bet on the awakening of the Gyoku Hou as well as the Shin units. But that is what happened. On their last food reserves, Shin unit and the Gyoku Hou unit rallied behind their captain, Shin and Ousen, and they were able to push back Gyoun and Chogaryu. They saw the impending doom because the morale and the speed at which these two units were moving through their own troops was tremendous. They could not overcome that morale. They could not overcome the Shin unit. They could not overcome the Gyoku Hou unit. So they made a full-scale retreat on the Quinn right, Zhao left. That's insane. They made a full... I never thought for a second that they would make a full-scale retreat. They wind up near the Zhao Center's army HQ. And then, when word reaches Ousen, it's time, boys. Like, that's such a wild play. Riboku would never do something like that, at least as far as I can tell, because the gamble, the risk is so high. But at the same time, Ousen, he appears to be willing to take that risk, which maybe shows a certain degree of character development, because when we first saw Ousen, when he was a part of Mogo's troops, it was him, it was Kanki, and then they served Mogo. Well, when he was fought against Renpa, he made sure that his troops were secure in his fort. And Renpa was disappointed because the fort was too perfect. It was too good. But we found out towards the end of that battle that when most of the Quinn forces were severely exhausted and so on and so forth after dealing with Renpa, well, Ousen's troops were clean. Ousen's troops were peen. They were good to go. And in this case, it reminds me of that. But the faith element of it is, you can say it's there. Like, it's clearly there. But at the same time, I can see the argument of, well, the entire thing was planned on Ousen's part to push them into a corner. Because he, according to him, in the latest chapter 583, he says that the Shin unit he thought was going to be the unit to awaken. But the Gyoku unit, his own son's unit, that was the issue. So even then, there is an element of faith that when it comes to believing in his son to get the job done, to awaken. But even if his son didn't awaken, it is implied that the Shin unit's awakening would be enough to push the entire Zhao left wing back towards the center. That's one hell of a gamble. Like, Ousen being a gamble like that it's out of character, but at the same time, this could be a sign of some character progression and character development for the character. So, a lot of characters there. So, Ousen shocked me, really. Like, that was the play. Hopefully, Ousen's unit awakens too, but the Shin unit, they're the ones that are going to awaken. And that enough, as well as the remnants of Akko's unit, that's enough to push the entire right wing back. It appears to me that Ousen does have high expectations for our boy, Shin, and the Shin unit. And so very similar to the Renpa situation, at the end of that battle, Ousen's men were well fed, Ousen's men were in good physical condition, ready to go for battle. And now, finally, we have the center army of Ousen in pristine condition. 12 days of essentially no fighting for the center army. They are good to go, and they are ready to crush. But the same thing also applies for the Zhao Center, where they have not seen that much combat either. Riboku did some side mission stuff, but that was Riboku. So the Zhao Center is clean. The Quinn Center is clean. And now we have this current battle where Shin and Ousen, they've awakened. Their troops are high morale. They're ready to go. But Chogaryu, Gyoun, and Banaji, they have their target set. And that target is Ousen. And that, they say Ousen's going to meet defeat. Of course he's not going to... Okay, let me not say of course. There is a small % chance that he is going to die. A very, very, very small % chance. I don't see Ousen ever die, honestly. Not until like towards the end of the series. where they are both him, Shin, as well as Moten. Until they are great generals, they're not going to die. That's not happening. So, the awakening. Once it's all said and done, since their armies have awakened, both the Haishin unit and the Gyoku Hou unit, they're going to be generals after this. Like, it's clear cut. They're going to be generals. They're going to be leading way more troops. The troops that come out of this alive are going to be, like, super seasoned. Like, the new boys, the new cats are going to be super seasoned. They're going to be clean. Like, we've been through some crazy stuff. And so, when they fight against, like, Wei and other forces, they're going to be in a lot better condition because they dealt Zhao in a very, very tight, an extraordinarily tight spot. But now it's going to be a battle between mainly, after the right wing, the right Quinn side, and the left Zhao side. That's what we're going to be focusing on right now. Owen's going to be severely wounded, so most of us are going to rely on Shin to get the job done. And when I say get the job done, they're probably going to... Bananji may still live, honestly, at the end of the damn day. But Chogaryu and Youn, they're going to die. That's going to happen. You have the remnants of the Akko forces. You have the Haishin unit, and the Gyoku unit is in tatters after they get swarmed by these three dudes, by these three armies. This is going to be the Haishin unit's chance to either take out Youn or Chogaryu, one of them. Because that's going to happen. And then we may see Bananji retreat back to the center at the end of this section of the battle. The pursuit will be on the side of Shin and the remnants of the Akko forces, led by, I think his name is Akakin? I believe so. And mind you, they're still going to be gravely wounded and exhausted at that point in time, but I don't think Shin's going to stop. I don't think Shin's going to stop until he sees Riboku again. I really don't. So Shin will pursue Bananji when he retreats to the center. And Ousen may have foreseen this as well. Potentially. He may have foreseen this as well. Which, if he does, is truly insane. Absolutely monumentously insane. If he can perceive that. If he can perceive that, then I would say it's safe to say that he's smarter than Riboku. And Riboku... But then, I don't know if Ousen... Actually, no. He probably will do this because he is kind of messed up. But when Riboku did his flank mission against Mako of the second, and he died, I'm not too sure if Ousen saw that coming too. That, like, everything could have been a play on Ousen's part where he even saw that happening, which I doubt. But at the same time, if he's willing to go this far and make these assumptions about the Haishin unit, and in particular his own son units, the Gyoku Hou unit, they may have seen that as well. So if he anticipates Shin pursuing Bananji, as well as with the remnants of the Akko forces, all the way to the center, then when we see the center army, he may have folks waiting in the forest area around to assist the Haishin unit and company, or he could rally his troops to a certain section where it's the weakest because the Haishin unit is not coming. Because Bananji coming in is going to be some chaos for the center Zhao side, clearly. And since it's going to be the Zhao left going to the Zhao center, then the center left side of the Zhao army may have some chaos there. And if that's the case, then Ousen could take advantage of that. And I don't see him taking Riboku's head, but basically allowing them to seize victory after, let's say, another 2 or 3 days of fighting. And only that much more. Because the Haishin unit only has so much more food. Granted, if Ousen and his army have supplies, they can give them to the Haishin unit, as well as the remnants of the Akko forces, which will be a huge morale boost for them as well. If, let's say, they have guys waiting in the forest to give them supplies. Stuff like that. So, I'm just trying to think about what Ousen could do at this point in time, because now he's finally moving. He's finally on the mission to claim generals' heads. And that is going to be fantastic to see how that plays out. Now, I also wonder if he has a plan when it comes to what's going on with Kanki. Because Kanki's situation is also starting to... it's starting to spiral down as well. But at the same time, Kanki is just chilling right now. So, I'm not too sure if there's any greater plan there. The mountain tribes have taken the Ryukyu city. And in fact, they even have the Kwarong serving them. Because the Kwarong king and his sons were brutal dudes. So the Kwarong are in. And we'll set up another video as well. I'm just doing this quick video for you guys because, this is Kingdom Talk. And this was trust me, I know, it was well needed. So, is Ousen, it's almost like, bro, it's like he just knows everything. Would Ousen also perceive that as well? Where, he, for some reason or another, knew that Yotan was capable of seizing the Ryukyu city. he was aware of these people and he was aware of the history of the Quarong King. So he knew that they would serve. Oh no, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. But at this point in time, I'm not too sure what is outside the realm of the mind that is Ousen. Because that mind is big. That helmet's big for a reason. This man has a big brain. So one can only wonder. But Ousen has finally made his move. And that is a huge sign when it comes to this upcoming battle. Because on this day, his son is going to be experiencing some pain. His tush is going to be sore. But since he had more confidence in the Haishin unit awakening rather than his son's unit awakening, then as we progress throughout this battle, he could potentially see what's also going on here with the Zhao left, where they're going to be focusing his son's unit as well. But only time can tell. Like, this arc has been insane when it comes to some of these conflicts. And it's been really good when it comes to bolstering the troops and the morale of the Haishin unit. Again, people, one of the top-selling manga in Japan for a goddamn good reason. And it has no anime to it. There's a film coming out. But it has no anime? Come on now. This is too good. Too good. So, only time to tell. Once again. But Ousen, let's see what Ousen can do. I actually want to see Ousen fight. I really want to see what he can do, like hand-to-hand, or like on horse. On mount, I think the only guy that, I mean, maybe Riboku, potentially, if they actually go one-on-one. But that's like a Drew Galeon, Simai, like strategist fight. But at the same time, no, that's not fair, because Riboku actually does have martial might. And so would Ousen. Yeah, definitely. Let's wait and see how this rolls. So I'm going to catch you guys later. Be sure to rate the video. It is not that hard to do. I guarantee you that, because I know that you all have a device called Zemaosu. You use Zemaosu to click, rate the video, to click, subscribe, to click on that bell to join the squad. And as always, comment. Please do. Feel free. Comment in the comment section down below. Let me know where you stand. Peace. And have a nice goddamn day.